I feel like it's worth talking about the difference between woke and awake, since I use Awake Green Beret in all of my social media. Um, I mean, obviously, we know what woke means, right? Like, it's what um, one side wants to call the other and make it a derogatory term. That's not what this is. That's not what this is about. When I say Awake Green Beret, I'm talking about a spiritual awakening. I guess I'm piggybacking off a TikTok live session that I did today where um, I was with the Awakening Project um, and their followers on a live stream. Um, what is an awakening? Well, one of my favorite, I guess, role models or heroes is a man by the name of Ram Dass. And Ram Dass actually used to be, his name was Richard Alpert when he was, that was his given name. And he later was one of the leaders in what they call the second wave of psychedelics. And he started a psychedelics club along with his colleague, two colleagues, in fact. The third name I always forget, but the other colleague was a man by the name of Timothy Leary. I'm sure you've heard that name. Timothy Leary took his fervor for psychedelics to extremes, to the point of plotting to pour LSD into municipal water supplies. Richard Alpert took a different turn, and he went to India to study Far Eastern philosophy and religion or spiritual practices. And later, in fact, that's him right there on my wall. Yeah. So anyway, he when at the pinnacle, I guess, of his lifetime, at some point he changed his name to honor his mentor, and so he changed his name from Richard Alpert to Ram Dass. And man, there's so much you can get from Ram. He is such a teacher. We're going to explore some of these great teachers and some of their thoughts that they've shared, which have been so instrumental in my journey and in helping me to understand um, this newfound space. But the one thing that Ram says that like is pertinent to this conversation or to this video, he says, if you never die before you die, you'll never die. I know, like what? Okay, so let's break it down. If you never die, meaning if you don't find a way to shed this earthly paradigm, because it's all just a matrix, it's all just made up. Like, like I mean that literally, and that's like a whole topic for maybe like a 2 or 3 hour video. But if you don't die away from this earthly mentality before you die physically while you're on earth, you will never die. You can never die, meaning you're doomed to repeat it. Again, I've said this a few times, but this earthly realm is only here, only in existence in the whole entire universe to provide all of us a laboratory for learning. And so if we come here and we fail to learn the lesson, it's all right. We just come back and we just keep repeating it and repeating it and repeating it until we have a spiritual awakening. So if you don't die before you die, you can never die, or you never will die. So that's what that is, and that's what I'm about. Like the truth of the matter is you know, and this is not the case with everybody. Some people do psychedelics and they go on about their lives, and some people do psychedelics and they go on about their lives more healed and better off, and having been enriched by the process. Some people do psychedelics and it's a horrible experience, and then some people, through any sort of means, have a spiritual awakening. It's not just through psychedelics, but that was my case. And it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me, and it's really why I can't like why I can't stop talking about it. And I'm not talking about it because I want to. Um, I mean, the motto of the Green Berets the motto is Dio Presto Liber, but the nickname was the Quiet Professionals. I don't necessarily like the spotlight. In fact, I don't like the spotlight, but I feel compelled and driven to speak my truth, to talk about my experiences because, for those of you that are put off by it, for those of you that think I'm woke, whatever, that's okay. Like, it doesn't resonate with you, and that's fine. Um, but for those that it does resonate with, um, let's have conversations about it. Let's continue to, as Ram Dass would say, walk each other home. That's what this is. We're trying to walk each other home. This earth life is a miserable experience, um, at times, right? But there's also beauty and healing and love and joy and all those things too. But it's a tough university that we're enrolled in right now. It's the hardest one in the universe. And I know that not everybody's going to have an awakening. That's not what this earth life is about. Some will get it and some don't, and some will repeat it, and you'll have an awakening when you're ready, or not. Um, but once you see it, once you grasp it, once you feel it in your DNA, um, you have that remembrance moment where all of a sudden it all makes perfect sense, and you go, "Oh my God!" Google, Google the cosmic joke. Go look that up. That's probably another video for another time. But it's on the same. We're talking about the same thing here. But yeah, once you learn the cosmic joke, like you can't help but to talk about it. I have to because I feel like it's irresponsible of me not to. So yeah, I'm the awake Green Beret.